Yeah, Dr. Cyber is one of those people who is like tickled by other people's pain, and she has a playful side and I mean, obviously very manipulative, very much has her own dark agenda, but that is has a little joy in it too.
Now, are we going to get to see Dr. Cyber and Silver Swan work together? Are these different points in the movie? Is this too much of a spoiler? Feel free to cut me off.
It's too much of a spoiler.
I agree. There. I had to ask the hard-hitting. This is journalism. Our bosses are right behind us. You're right, you're right. The good news is I can find out tonight, which is great. That's the good news.
I have to say, it was so interesting watching people online, like when you got cast, like people immediately like jumping, like, well, wait a second, is that like, what kind of character could be there, and then just kind of grappling with it. Like, this is definitely a space that's really beloved, and I think there's a lot of hunger and interest in it, and I think people are really not going to be disappointed. There's so many amazing female characters that are in this on the good and the villainy side that really get their due time, and it's really amazing to see what we've all, you know, been able to kind of create together.
Yep, it was made with a lot of love, for sure. I would love
we weren't together. This is also the trippy part. Like, it's like, hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. We all met today for the first time, which is really interesting.
Because thing with animated.
Yeah, because we all make our puzzle piece, and to see it come together as one. And I have seen the movie, and you guys are gonna freak out. It's so good.
Yes.
That is something that I think a lot of
people are surprised to know is the actors record separately. So were you able to hear each other's lines? Did you guys just work with your directors and just do series? How did that work for you?
I did my bit in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and had to Skype with the creative team, but it was incredibly helpful for me. Thank you guys so much for having my back, to really get the support and really amazing direction, but at the same time I had a lot of freedom with the character as well. So it was a really positive creative experience.
I would love to just go down the line and hear from you guys, because we don't have a ton of time, but this is obviously such a labor of love. We love DC Comics here, and I would love to hear what you each hope fans will get from the experience of watching this movie.
Start with me? For me, I feel like another one of those qualities about Wonder Woman that I love is her vulnerability. And she allows herself to be vulnerable, and I think that that's how we as humans can relate to her. So I hope that comes out a lot in the movie. I hope that comes across to our fans.
I just hope you enjoy another kick-ass Wonder Woman movie that's not an origin story, that's pushing the character a little forward and has more of her villains in it, because that's often things that we don't see in other medium. So, comic book fans, I hope you like it.
I think superheroes are like the modern myth, so they function in the same way, and so in this case you get these sort of really incredibly strong female character who has all of the colors, every single color of the rainbow, not just one, and I think that that's a really important thing for little girls to be able to see.
And little boys.
And little boys.
I remember talking to Margaret and James about this when we were sort of like pounding out the story and the point of the story was, and I think the theme of the story is really about like mothers and daughters. You know, I think it's about the strength of like the daughter sort of defying the mother almost, or maybe having conflict with the mother, but finding themselves. And so I think thematically, you know, hopefully that resonates. You know, there's redemption, you know, through glorious but also sort of tragic kind of ways, and so it's outside of the epic. I think there's an emotional story that's happening.
I'm excited just because this is yet another example of the way the tide has turned in entertainment, and that little boys and little girls get the opportunity to see not only a female superhero, but also female villains, and that, you know, women are capable of telling all kinds of stories from all, you know, so to normalize that in pop culture, I'm just excited to have a small part in it.
Amen to that.
I'm just excited about the diversity in creating this project and being a part of that. So I think this was one of the first Etta Candies that is portrayed by an African American woman. So I'm really excited about, again, women, men, young and old, seeing that.
I'm really excited because I feel like I tried really hard to make the characters feel like real people, and so you felt like no one was perfect, no one was completely evil or bonkers, like everyone sort of had a point of view, and I think we need more superhero stories that treat the characters as being more human, because I think everyone deserves to be saved, and this movie's really about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the fans to see how relatable these two characters are, especially because they both have very interesting relationships with their mothers that are different, but I think a lot of people can relate to. So yes, it's a superhero story, but it's also things that people can really feel, and your heartstrings will be pulled at the same time.
Yeah, so I hope you all watch it together, even though we didn't make it all together. It's so weird finally getting to meet you all. But it's, you know, it's a huge labor of love, and it's an incredible evolution of this character.